Stand with Ambazonia. Empower ABC Amba TV. We are calling on Ambazonians around the world to unite and uplift ABC Amba TV, Ambazonian Broadcasting Corporation. In this critical time of war, ensuring the station's survival is more important than ever. But what does ABC Amba TV truly represent for Ambazonia?
At the heart of Ambazonia's war of independence, ABC Amba TV stands as a beacon. Years of recolonization, annexation, and French Cameroon's oppressive occupation of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia have led to our exclusion. Our identity was hidden, our history distorted, our sovereignty denied. Queen of England is aware that the British Southern Cameroons were never a colony under France.
Since its inception in 2018, ABC Amba TV has been our lifeline.
Months of diplomacy have failed to resolve the crisis as fear grows over an imminent Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Our work in the dark is our chance to tell our stories to the world, to give voice to the voiceless and broadcast the truth of our struggle.
We are serious about executing this revolution.
It has become a vital arm of our government in wartime, making diplomacy achievable and showcasing our untold stories.
ABC Amba, you guys know how important ABC is for this, our quest for international recognition.
Your donations can make a world of difference. Every bit of support helps keep our stories alive, our presence known, and our fight in the global conversation.
The moment they notice that we are no longer on air, they think that, oh, maybe La Republic has succeeded. This is about Ambazonia. One thing we must always remember.
Where would we be without ABC Amba TV? Let's ensure we never have to find out.
A revolution is a temporary state of insanity to bring about sanity.
Mobilize, donate, stand with Ambazonia. Donate to ABC Amba TV.
Together, let's write the next chapter of our history.
It is better to light the candle than to curse the dark.
Support ABC Amba TV campaign. Ambazonia Independence, voice for the voiceless. Mobilize for change.
Hello, and welcome to Awake, Connect, and Act, a place where our humanity embraces our spirituality. As divine beings, we are here to talk about the divinity that lies within us. So today's topic is titled, again, Everyone Must Adopt a Military Mindset. Did you hear that? Everyone must adopt the military or a military mindset. As long as you are in this struggle for the liberation of Ambazonia, then you have to adopt a military mindset. And for you to come this far in this struggle, it means you have a military mindset and you are a military personnel in esoteric knowledge. Hello there, my name is Judith and I am your spiritual psychologist. So today, we're going to look into this topic of a military mindset. I know some people in the, the religious fundamentalists, they'll be like, oh, no, we cannot. And that's why some people in this struggle, they had to drop out due to their own personal beliefs and religious beliefs, that they cannot fight. So they have to do it in the diplomatic way. But they forgot to know that your Bible, in most of Old Testament, is about wars and fighting and all of that stuff. So what do you think those wars were about? Even though, they've been perceived in the literal way, and that's why we fight as humans. We are always fighting each other. We are always at conflict with our neighboring countries and all of that stuff because of the misinterpretation of the Bible. Those wars in the Old Testament, they were about your mind, your thought process, your higher self. Before you get to that place of the God consciousness that we are talking about, you have to fight some things in your life. People, you have to fight. To let go of things is like a war that is going on within you. It was not about a physical fight. That all of these things have been misinterpreted, and we find ourselves today as one human race, you know, having all of this segregation, all of this, discrimination, and all this fighting going on, wars that are endless. And today we see so many people being displaced around the world for just one error that the humans did by interpreting the scriptures wrongly. So today we're going to look at these different points of discussions that I listed here. There are about 4 of them. The first one is recognizing the superpower within. I am a spiritual psychologist, and what I teach here is the esoteric knowledge of your scriptures. You have been presented the exoteric, which is the outer knowledge or literal knowledge about these scriptures. So we are missing out on the spiritual meaning or the esoteric meaning of these scriptures, and that has created an imbalance in every generation. So the first point is recognizing the superpower within. The second point is esoteric meaning of civilian versus military rules. And the third point is military rule or mindset good? As we are going to have our country, Ambazonia, coming out from a country of multipartism and all of that dictatorship and all those fake democracy that the West has always preached to Africans and other countries around the world, we have to decide our own kind of governance, what we want, what works best for Ambazonians, what works best for Africans. Okay? Are political parties healthy for Ambazonians? That was just what I was elaborating on. And there are scriptures there because I always go to the Bible. Some people ask me, but why? What is the difference between your teaching and the teachings of the Bible? Why do you always cite the Bible? Because I come to give you the spiritual meaning of these scriptures, so that way you can balance your inner world and your outer world. This universe, there is the inner verse that goes on within us, our thought process, and there is the outer verse that we are in this physical world today. So there has to be a balance. Okay? So we have Proverbs 21 verse 8, Joshua 1 verse 9, 1 Corinthians 16 verse 13 and 14. So that is our topic of discussion and our point of discussion for today. Before we delve into it, I would like to bring this announcement that tomorrow all road leads to Savannah Zone draft. The draft starts tomorrow, March the 8th, 2025 at 8 p.m. Amber time. Yes, these zones, you have there are four, I think 4 counties, Menchum, Bui, Boyo, and Gokitunja counties that are drafting tomorrow. So come and support, come and draft. Those of you who are in different zones, like the Midland zone and the Atlantic zone, you can still come and draft. All right. While we have next month is the Midland and then Atlantic in May. So you can still draft. Bring your money. Ambazonia is free. We are going home. Bring your money. Don't let anybody deceive you. It is not a Facebook government. Ambazonia is free. So come and support. Those of you who are still doubting, this is the 9th year. Come and draft. Okay? And before I go to this topic of discussion today, I would like to, because I'm someone who always pick on if somebody comes to make a speech like President Sako, when he's addressing us either in a town hall or on a Zoom, I always like to pick on the metaphorical statements. And one of such statements that he made in one of those outings, he said this. It was in response to those disgruntled people who always think that without them, this struggle or government will collapse. So he responded to them by saying this, in quote, "They did not bring me up. They can't pull me down." End of quote. President Samuel Ikome Sako. That is the mindset of a military leader who is fearless, who is bold, courageous, and self-empowered, that you know who you are. Nobody can intimidate you. Nobody can frighten you or scare you. No amount of difficulty can stop you in achieving your goals. That is a military mindset. Those who stop on the way, you don't have a military mindset. You are just a civilian. Because we're going to see a civilian rule. Yes, it is good, but not good enough. Because civilian rule is all about all those state laws, federal laws, local government laws and all of that, and people to abide by those laws and all of that, and those who are there breaking the laws, twisting the laws, and all of those things. But a civilian rule, if we look at civilian rule in most of African countries, how has it helped us? You see those leaders during their election campaign, they make promises. When they get to power, they don't fulfill them. So there is no integrity. There is no fulfilling of a promise. They don't even take anything serious, because all they come there and they want to do certain things to please certain people. They don't put country first. It was all about pleasing their own circle of friends. You see the civilian rule? It's all about pleasing a circle of friends. They don't put country first. They don't have no integrity, because if you have integrity, what you promise during your election campaign, you will meet those promises. You will fulfill them. But they don't do that. And they wait when their turn is over, they go to the next, the next person comes on. But when you look at the military rule, how does it look? These are people with integrity. These are people who are very conscious of what they stand for. They conduct themselves with all the discipline that they got. So if there are laws that govern them, they are law-abiding citizens. When you come to a military, they make sure to deliver their promise or promises, because they put country first. So whether a military, in a metaphorical military, they know what they want and they make sure they deliver. If it is a military officer, the oath that they have sworn to stand for the country, they always abide by that. So when the Bible was talking about those wars in the Old Testament and all of that, it was not a physical war. It was showing you how your mind works, how your thoughts, your desires, their affairs, how you can handle them. Do you handle them with honesty, in truth, in righteousness, and in justice? Do you handle those challenges that come to you, that you want to put yourself, you want what? Let's talk about the individual self, that you want freedom. So are you doing everything right to work towards that freedom? Because if they're talking of Ambazonia, that is a broad aspect or spectrum of freedom. But now you as an individual, if you don't have that vision of freeing yourself, that you see yourself in a free country, a country where people's rights are being, respected, a country where you can do things without being forced, a country where people obey the laws of the land, you should think of yourself first before thinking of Ambazonia. Because if you see that vision of yourself being in a free country where there is justice, there is law and order, then you will stand for this struggle. You will stand to free Ambazonia. Because the system that was introduced in Ambazonia, that corrupt system of La République and France, it's a system that you don't have freedom. That's why we are fighting to get out of that corrupt system. So, what do you do? Because the military mindset in you is for you to cross that threshold. There is a threshold. That's where they call faith. When you come to that that conviction, the confidence that you have that what you believe, you declared at the beginning of this struggle, oh, that is your knowledge that, oh, Ambazonia was an independent country. So you getting to that threshold, that threshold of the faith that yes, Ambazonia existed in the 1950s as an independent country before joining La République in that fake reunion or fake union, you know. So you are going now to reinforce that knowledge that you got, that truth, the foundation of truth that this country existed as an independent country. You are going now to reinforce that. And how do you do that? By faith. The faith there is the confidence to go through with this narrative, irrespective of the challenges that you meet on the way, the hurdles you meet on the way. You are not afraid. Nobody can stop you. So when Dr. Sako or President Sako made that statement that they did not bring me up, they cannot bring me down, that was confidence. That was power. That was courage. You have this song in Christianity, I do not own the right to the lyrics, that says, courage, brothers, do not stumble. Though thy path be dark as night, there's a star to guide the humble. Trust in God and do the right. Now, when you look at the metaphorical meaning of that song, you see it is talking about the military ability in you, the military mindset, that nothing comes easy in this life. You got to fight for it. As they said, freedom is not given on a platter of gold. Freedom is being fought for. So what are you doing? You are putting on the military mindset, but you are doing it in the right way. You are disciplined. You are grounded in truth, in conscience, in righteousness, and justice. Those are the principles of God. So nothing can stop you if you adhere to those principles. Nobody can frighten you if you adhere to those principles. It says, let your anchor hold in the storm of life. That anchor there is what? These cardinal virtues, the principles that we are endowed in truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. So, in a military rule, what do you see? That they always execute, right? It's not the military coup in some African countries that those coups that are being sponsored by external forces like France and other Western nations. You have seen the true military mindset and rulership that is going on in the Sahel. Those three Sahel nations, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Are you seeing them hurting their citizens? No. Don't you see how they are developing in a very fast pace? Don't you see that? That is what we're talking about, the military rule, military mindset. Do you see the guys? They are always in their military wear. Huh? They don't have time for big cars and all of this and show off why you want to go out there, convoys of cars, all of that stuff. No, they are focused to deliver their people out of poverty, out of ignorance, out of all this powers, this external influence. Deliver them out of that. That is a military mindset because you have crossed that threshold. You are no longer in that place like when we talked the last time about the veil. There is the human veil of consciousness that is preoccupied with materialism. So you have that kind of a civilian rule there where leaders will come to power. They don't care. They're just waiting that at the end of their reign, their regime, they just leave. The next person should come and continue. And sometimes some will come and destroy what the other one has laid and all of that stuff. And you call that multi-partisan or whatever. And that's where we are asking, is a military mindset good? Because like I said, you can do it in a negative way where external forces, they come and take over your country. Or you do it in a positive way where the people themselves, the military themselves, they take over to change the narrative, to change the paradigm, to improve the lives of their people, like what is happening in the Sahel. That is a positive military takeover. I know some people will be like, oh no, military, because you hear that military. Military is a mental process. It is the spirit of power, according to Isaiah 11, verse 1 to 3. Those 7 spirits there. It is the spirit of power. So if you cannot do those things that will move your country forward, and you are there, you say you have military, and then the military, they are just there doing their own. Some of them, they are not even well equipped because what? The West, they have come to impose their own military bases in your country. You see, so if you are you claim to be an independent or sovereign nation, why will a foreigner have their military bases in your countries? That is already them declaring power over you, because military represents power. There are the seven spirits of the mind. Let me show you using my cardboard here. You see that? You see the 7 spirits. Those are your intelligence. Look at the 5th one, power. The 4th there is the spirit, which is this is the threshold where you have to cross before anything that you know here, anything that you desire here, you can only manifest it when you cross this threshold where you have the confidence, the courage, because power there symbolizes courage, the courage to express what you want. So when a foreign military base is in your country and your own military, they are there, they don't have no equipment. Only when they want to take over, they organize this coup by the foreigners. They come and equip them to overthrow governments that they don't want. That does not work according to their favor or their interest. That's when they come and equip them, supervised by their own military commanders and generals, right? So how can you claim that you are a military nation when you have a foreigner's military base in your country? That's already them declaring their supremacy and authority and power over you. And that's why most of African countries, they are being controlled. Their elections, they are being controlled by the foreigner. Yes, they come and preach democracy. We want democracy to return to the country. Democracy. Are they democratic? Is America democratic? Is Europe, France, are they democratic? That is hypocrisy in the highest order. Because when they take their military bases and build in your nations, they are telling you that they are a military country, military nations, military mindset. But they don't want to put it in their own nations because they want to continue to deceive their own people that they are a democratic nation. But meanwhile, they are a military nation. But they are doing it wrong. Come and impose it on other people. Put it in your country and let the military begin to parade in your own countries too. So if you have a foreign base in your country, military base, you are not free. You don't have no power over elections, over anything. That is why they came to, sugarcoat it. Oh, democracy, let everything return to democracy. There is no democracy when a foreign military base is in your country. Take note. Because the military mindset is a mindset that is able to do the things that they desire to move their country forward or move your life forward. If you don't make that decision, you say, you know what, I want to change the way things are being done. That is a military mindset. If you cannot do that, you don't have the ability. That's why countries like La République du Cameroon, they have been there for 40 years plus, nothing moving forward. You go to Nigeria, the same. You go to Ivory Coast, you go to, all of that. Look like in DRC alone. They said there are more than 120 military bases in a country, one country alone. Huh? So tell me, how can that country thrive? How can they even have access to their own resources? Huh? People of Africa, people of Ambazonia. So military rule or mindset is not a bad thing. You were just being deceived that, military, this, that, and they're coming to look at the Sahel. That is an example for us in this generation to emulate. Are you seeing them killing their people? No. So why will you have your own country and you cannot dictate, or dictate your own kind of rulership? How you want your country to be governed? But a foreigner comes and tells you, you have to do this, a democracy, and they stand there shamelessly and telling people, they should return to democracy. Are they democratic? So you see, civilian rule is where, I'll take this again, show us here. Look at these first three abilities of the mind. Knowledge, understanding, fear. This is where the civilian rule ends. In this loop, like this. That is where the civilian rule ends. Because they can always come to manipulate you, they can come to deceive you, they can come to control you. Here, you don't have no power. Do you see where power is? Above this spirit. You see that? So if you don't have the power to do anything in your country, then that is no leadership. That is no sovereignty. That is no independence. Okay? Let's say it as it is. It is no independence. It is no sovereignty. If a foreigner is controlling you on how to rule your country, dictate your constitution, everything, then you are just a puppet. Huh? You are just a puppet. I'm sorry to say that, but that is the truth. That is the word. You are just a puppet. Okay? So every Ambazonian, every African that knows that you are being subjugated, you are being oppressed, you have to adopt a military mindset. It is very important. So for those of you who don't want to come and fight, you are still under that civilian rule, right? That they can come. That's why some people in the struggle, they can come and pick them out and pull them on the side and give them crumbs that take and stop fighting this thing, because you still have a civilian mindset. Huh? That's a civilian mindset. Always begging for crumbs, looking for aids. Huh? That is it. But a military mindset, you see the person knows what they want. They knows what they want and they are determined to finish their race. Like I'm talking to you. Some people say, "Oh, why is it that you're always talking like, you're fighting somebody?" Because I have a military mindset. I have a military mindset. So you cannot just come and bring your little corruption, in my side. No. I have a military mindset. And those men and women who are fighting at the home front, the ASA, the number one military mindset, kudos to you. The Sikh, our commander-in-chief, President Sako, kudos to you. Because if you didn't have this military mindset, I don't know where that diplomacy would have taken us today. If we only depended on diplomacy. You see that? So it is very imperative for everyone. Whether you are from Ambazonia, you are from La Republique, from Africa, and those countries that all of these other Western countries, they have their military bases in your countries. You have to adopt a military mindset, because they are already having a military mindset. That's why they come in the physical to establish a military base in your country, then pretending in their countries that they are democratic nations. No, they are not. And also, President Trump addressed, when they had this a meeting with the president of Ukraine, President Zelensky. And there was one statement that I caught during that encounter that President Trump made. He said, "I am for America first, and then I am for the world." You see that? You are for your country first, and you are for the world. That is a military mindset. So, what I will ask President Trump, that metaphorical statement that you are for the world. I know you are doing some things to end the war in Ukraine. Please, you are for the world. You said it yourself. The Bible says, as a mind thinks, so it is. End the wars in Ambazonia. End the wars in Gaza. End the wars in DRC, Congo. End the wars in other parts of the world. You are for the world. The universe caught on that statement. And the universe is waiting for the manifestation of your action towards bringing peace and justice to the world. Thank you. We are looking forward to that. Mr. President. Are political parties healthy for Ambazonians? After giving us this military mindset and the civilian mindset, are political parties healthy for Ambazonia? We have seen what political parties or multi-party system does. A case in time, the United States of America. Huh? So, if you, Ambazonians, you want to choose politics, you have to put your people first. If you want to choose a system of merit, then you have the right to choose what will work best for you. But as for me, politics and those political systems, they tend to hurt the people. It's only the few that benefit from those systems. If we, because some people will say, oh no, it's good that people have different ideas. Come and sit in your conference room. Come and sit in your assembly room. Huh? And deliberate on those issues and come up with a solution on how to meet the needs of your people. You don't have to be party here, I belong to this party, I belong to that party. Huh? Look at all the wickedness that is being exposed in the struggle. Huh? 60 years of colonization is not 60 days or 6 years or what to unveil or remove, peel off those layers, those psychological scars, the ones that have developed all those egos. Huh? So, Ambazonia should think about a kind of system that works for everyone. Okay? So, what next do we have? It said, why is democracy forced on Africans by the West? We have talked about that. And the other aspect that I'm going to talk about, just to digress here, is the chiefs and the funds. What you should know, chiefs and funds of Southern Cameroon, Ambazonia. You are the custodians of your constituents. And everything that was handed to you carries the power and the belief, the energy, the spirit of those people. So when you go to hand power, those things, to transfer them to La République and France, what you are doing, you are surrendering to them. It is just like the West coming to build military bases in your nations, in African nations. It means they have taken your power. They have taken your authority. We are energy centers. We emit, our words emit energy. And that energy is what the universe picks on and recycles it and gives it back to us. So when you achieve, you go and hand things secret. You submit your authority and power to La République and the foreigner, France and others. It means you are powerless, you are empty. And now they have the right to come and control you. Because I keep asking myself for these 9 years, what happened with the chiefs who claim that they are custodians of this? Some of you were handed down secrets that you would have used during this war. Why did you not use them? Why are you not using them? I have been asking this question. When you go to the northern zone, they are good with thunder. Huh? Thunder and lightning will come and strike and do this. I even witnessed some of them in my student years. But why are those thunders not striking now, like those military bases? Where are they? We learned of the Bakossi War and all of that, the broomstick. Where are they? We learn of the oracles who can flood, the rivers and all of that crocodile stuff. Where are they? So you already sold everything to the foreigner. And now they are killing your people with such impunity. You can't do anything but collecting crumbs. You see that? You are collecting crumbs while your people are dying. So, it is never too late to take back your power. That's why I said recognizing the superpower within you. The Bible talks of Romans 12:2. Say, be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. So how do you do that? It's going back again to where? The knowledge, know thyself. Yeah, it's knowledge. You know thyself, who you are, what you want. You have to go back and redefine those things. So you can start climbing back again up. You differentiate, separate all the lies and deception from the truth, and with boldness see yourself as an Ambazonian who wants to live in a free Ambazonia. That is the spirit of fear. And with confidence, you get back on track and you say, you know what? I am a fallen soldier and I have risen. That's what the resurrection was all about. That things may hold you back, some distractions may come on the way, but you can still pick yourself back up and get back on the race. That is what is meant by a military mindset. Those of you who are in the military, they'll tell you of the disciplinary code and all of that stuff. Country first. Country first. I will read a scripture here. I don't know how many minutes I've gone. Let me see. Okay. There's a scripture in 1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians 16, verse 13 and 14. It says what? Be on your guard. Stand firm in the faith. You hear that? Faith again is what? Is the confidence of doing the things that you want to change. Be courageous. Be strong. You hear that? Those are words of a military mindset. Be courageous. It means power. Be empowered. And stand firm. Do everything in love. You see that? Love of country. It was not a romantic love. It was not even your family love. Love of country. That everything you are doing it for country first. That every human, every citizen that you see in your nation, they deserve the right to live. They deserve the right to have everything that can sustain them humanly possible. They deserve that. So you are having that love in mind. So when nations will come and tell you, oh, they love you, if they love you, then they should remove their military bases out of your country. They should remove their military bases out of your country. So here we are called to adopt a military mindset. To get to that mindset, you need to cross that threshold. The threshold of faith, which is the confidence, the conviction that you have that I'm going to deliver this thing. I'm going to deliver Ambazonia to the people. A free Ambazonia to this next generation. I'm not going to chicken out. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to get distracted. If I've fallen, I will wake up and fight the good fight of faith. Is that not what your Bible says? So, everyone is called to go to Savannah Zone tomorrow. Go and draft. Draft and draft like never before until Ambazonia is free. You cannot stop. There is no time to stop. 9 years is not 9 months. You cannot stop. Bring your money. Bring your money. They need it for diplomacy. For Mama Ambazonia. Bring your money. So thank you so much. And let me know what you think in the comment section. My number is 240-429-1369. WhatsApp calls only. Have a blessed weekend and see you tomorrow at the draft. Bye.
Stand with Ambazonia. Empower superpower ABC Amba TV. We are calling on Ambazonians around the world to unite and uplift ABC Amba TV, Ambazonian Broadcasting Corporation. In this critical time of war, ensuring the station's survival is more important than ever. But what does ABC Amba TV truly represent for Ambazonia?
At the heart of Ambazonia's war of independence, ABC Amba TV stands as a beacon. Years of recolonization, annexation, and French Cameroon's oppressive occupation of the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia have led to our exclusion. Our identity was hidden, our history distorted, our sovereignty denied.
Queen of England is aware that the British Southern Cameroons were never a colony under France.
Since its inception in 2018, ABC Amba TV has been our lifeline.
Months of diplomacy have failed to resolve the crisis as fear grows over an imminent Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Our work in the dark is our chance to tell our stories to the world, to give voice to the voiceless, and broadcast the truth of our struggle.
We are serious about executing this revolution.
It has become a vital arm of our government in wartime, making diplomacy achievable and showcasing our untold stories.
ABC Amba, you guys know how important ABC is for this, our quest for international recognition.
Your donations can make a world of difference. Every bit of support helps keep our stories alive, our presence known, and our fight in the global conversation.
The moment they notice that we are no longer on air, they think that, oh, maybe La Republic has succeeded. This is about Ambazonia. One thing we must always remember.
Where would we be without ABC Amba TV? Let's ensure we never have to find out.
A revolution is a temporary state of insanity to bring about sanity.
Mobilize, donate, stand with Ambazonia, donate to ABC Amba TV.
Together, let's write the next chapter of our history.
It is better to light the candle than to curse the dark.
Support ABC Amba TV campaign. Ambazonia Independence, voice for the voiceless. Mobilize for change.